Hey guys, what's up? Having small engine repair again. And today, I'm going to be working on my own ride. My four-wheeler. Now I'm going to be teaching you guys how to fix your clutch slipping problems. Most of all of your Suzuki four-wheelers, including your quadrunner and your king quad. So, in about a few seconds, we're going to jump right in. Alright guys, first of all, we need to look at what we actually got here. So, this is a Suzuki Ozark Quadrunner 250, right there. So it's the smaller package, but good enough. And my problem was I had my clutch slipping all the time. And when you think of your clutch, that's just when it gets taken away from the pressure, basically your back wheels, in the basic structure, your back wheels will not turn anymore. The engine runs just as it wants to, but it does not go past that. The gearbox will stop it from going through which I have a drive shaft down there, or sometimes I have a chain or whatever, but from going to the drive shaft or whatever to the gearbox and to the wheels. So, all in all, basically the clutch makes it so it won't move no matter how fast your engine is revving. So, my problem was it was slipping a lot. So, when you say slipping, not like slipping and falling, but basically when it gets on to where it's supposed to have pressure and starts turning those, it doesn't have enough pressure on it, so it kind of just like sits there while let's say a plate off of the engine was spinning. Well, then that clutch is not going to be doing anything, because that clutch is not going to be like spinning or anything that much because it doesn't have enough pressure against that plate to spin. And so then your wheels aren't spinning like they're supposed to, and I could shift into third gear, which this has four gears. Shift into third gear and it feels like you're going in first. You're like hardly moving at all. And once it warms up, it gets a little bit better, but it's still rough. And I'm going to go ahead and say I've already done it because I wanted to master this before I showed you guys how to. But I'm going to go ahead, and what you're going to be looking for is, I've heard you pull the tire off to make it easier, but it doesn't do that much, really. Just gives you a little bit more room. But if you want to, you can jack it up back there and pull this tire off, and gives you a little bit more room to work around. But when you think of a clutch, we're not actually going to be touching the clutch. We're not going to be going in there. It's pretty simple. Alright, so first thing that you're going to do is you're going to need an Allen wrench, and for mine, I have a metric set, of course, and you're going to need your number 10 millimeter, and you're just going to go ahead and bring that out. Mine's a little tough, but yeah, there it goes. So it's the big one. If you guys set like that, might have bigger, but and then you're just going to go ahead and take this right here, this cap, in between the three nuts, and you're just going to get it in there real good, like that. And then you just twist it off, which might take me a second. So I'm going to go ahead and set up the camera so I can get you guys right in there. But if you're watching this and you're doing it at the same time, go ahead and get you set up real quick. And we're going to do a quick break, about 1 second for you guys, about 10 minutes for me. So, I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I got it all set up here, and what I'm going to do is just go ahead and pull that off, and a lot of times it's going to be pretty tough, and maybe you're stronger than me, so maybe it's not that tough, but last time when I did it, I just took any bar or piece that you can just slide right over it, and just don't go ahead and just push it as hard as you can over, because more than likely you're going to break it. So just kind of tap it out, and then it'll pop loose real quick, and you can go ahead and take your bar back off. When you tighten it up, don't use the bar. Please, just use your regular old Allen wrench and tighten it back up. So you're going to go ahead and pull this out. It should look, similar to this. And just going to put that right on top of my seat here. You can't see it, but it's there. And then, if you can see it in there, there's a stud, aka it looks like a threaded bolt in there. And it's got a Phillips little plus in there where you can tighten it or loosen it. Bring you guys a little closer so you can see. And then there's a bolt on it. A nut. So what you're going to do is you're going to take, sorry I don't have it out at the moment, but you're going to take a wrench, it should be a 12mm wrench, and you're just going to go ahead and, which I don't have a wrench that'll fit in there like that, I have a socket, so that's what I'm going to use. But what you're going to do is you're just going to go ahead and loosen that screw. Yeah, you're just going to loosen it up a little bit. And give me a second here, I got technical difficulties. So, I've got my 3/8 wrench right here. There you go. Now you can see it, sorry. And you're just going to go ahead and loosen it up a little bit, break it loose, and then just pull it off a little, not much, okay? And then you're going to take your Phillips screwdriver, and you're just going to go ahead and put it right in that stud, okay? See, right in the middle where that thing is. And then you're just going to go ahead and, somebody had already been in here, and they had tightened it as much as they could, because I guess they thought it was slipping, and it didn't do them any good. So what you're going to do is you're going to loosen it until it feels like it's moving freely. If it's already moving freely, great. You're doing good. So then you're just going to tighten it until you feel a little bit of pressure. And you'll feel it. You'll know when it's there. And then once you feel that little bit of pressure, back it off a touch. And then you can go ahead and make sure that you're doing it good enough. So look at your, if you're using a socket. If you're using a wrench, you're just good. Just put your wrench on it, and then go ahead and hold it in place with your screwdriver. Now, I don't have the wrench that you need to get in there because it's deep in there. But what you're going to do is, if you have the socket, make sure you got it in a place where you can see that where the plus is, you know. And just memorize where that's at. And then, when you go ahead and tighten it up, just make sure it hasn't moved. And then you should be just fine. Now, if it moved, then you're going to have to try and do it again. Because without the wrench, it's kind of hard to do it. But basically, I'm just going to go ahead and tighten it up. And then just going to do that. And you'll feel, look, I can do this. The bolt isn't turning. That's your clutch moving back. So when you feel that, you're just fine. Stay there. So then it's all good and tight, and you check. Did the screw move? No. So be good. Now, all you gotta do is take your Allen wrench and thread it back in. Sorry, my hand's in the way, but just thread that back in, and then once that's in there, as good as you can turn it like that, go ahead and put it the long way. And like I said, do not imprint yep, this is important. Do not put the bar on it. just snug it up. And if you can't pull it any farther, then you're just fine. That's tight enough, because you don't want to strip the threads on this thing, because then you'll have to buy a new one. And I don't know how much they are, because I haven't looked it up, because I don't want to buy one. But that should be all good then. Okay? So, now you should be able to drive it, and it'll probably feel much better. And you're not going to slip at all if you did it correctly. Now, I'm not going to say that, because then I'll be wrong. If everything else is fine, and you did it correctly, then it should be good. If everything else is not fine, but you did do it correctly, then it's not your fault. But go ahead and do that, and then once you're done with all that, then go ahead and take it for a test drive again, which I would show you guys, but there's really no point at the moment. And I'm not saying this to say that it's not going to work. Just go ahead and try it, because it will. If it doesn't, send me a message or something, and I will look into it for you. But it should work just fine. And all you're going to do is just go ahead and put it in first gear, and make sure if it's warm, then obviously it's going to act right, because it was doing that before. Go ahead and make sure it's cold. If you need to, leave it for a couple minutes, maybe like 30 minutes to an hour, and just leave it out. And then once you're ready, go ahead and get on it and put it in first gear and hit the gas, and you should feel it. Because what I'm saying is, there's no point, because basically you can't see it as much as you can feel it. Because when you hit the gas, you should feel it jump forward instead of just slowly, like, winding up, I guess you'd call it, and then finally going. So you'll be able to feel it more than you can see it. Because I promise you I'd show you, because it does work. I've done it, and I have a little spot over there I can ride at, and I rode around, and before I'd do about 20 laps before it would finally warm up and I would be good. So it's not like you're going to not be able to have enough time to test it. You're definitely going to have enough time to test it if it's cold. Especially if it's cold outside. Because, like right now, it's very cold outside. And if you're asking why I'm wearing a t-shirt and shorts because of that, it's because I'm stubborn. But it's like, right now it's probably like 45 degrees. It's been like 30 degrees lately. So it's cold enough where it'll definitely do it. Even when it was hot out, the engine's just cold, the gearbox is cold, it'll still do the same thing. So just go ahead and test it, and if you have any problems, let me know, because I will correct myself. I'm not afraid to be wrong. Because I have been wrong before many times. But I have done my research, and if anything doesn't work, then just go ahead and tell me. It should work just fine though, because mine worked, and I've even seen it on Suzuki ATV forums, SuzukiATVforums.com. Just go up, read on it if you want to. If you don't trust me, that's fine. I don't care, but go ahead and look up there. It works for other people too. So I think that's going to be the end of this video. Hopefully you'll see this some more. I don't know what else I'll do with it yet, because it's all good right now. It runs, it drives, it's perfect. But if you have any problems or any questions or troubles, go ahead and tell me. Please make sure to like, share, and like and subscribe. Send me a comment, of course, if you have any problems, or if you don't. If it worked good, please tell me, because I want to know. I'm curious of what you guys think of it. And if you have any suggestions about anything like that, go ahead and shoot it down there in the comments section. And also, if you have any people that you think would like this kind of content, or if they need help with this, of course, go ahead and share that with them, please. And maybe they'll comment too, because I'm getting some more ideas in, but if I like to know what you guys like more than what I want to do, because I want to do what you guys like first. But with that, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's a whole bunch of cars starting up in the background. With that, go ahead and test it out and send me your results in the comments, and I think that's going to be it for today. So, I know it's the first video of the new year, by the way, so I told you I'll be back and ready, and I know you're about to think, you're thinking, he's going to say he's not ready. But no, I am. It's still a little bit of a mess, but all I gotta do is clean some of this up real quick and put a top on, because I got a top for this toolbox right here. And then we're done, because everything's looking about the way I want it to now. Other than that, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.